specialist endocrinologist working in Aster, Mutinam. Today I want to discuss about one of the common diseases occurring in pregnancy. This thyroid disorders in pregnancy. So why I chose this topic? Because it's a very common disease affecting pregnancy, and I want to give you a basic introduction. What usually the thyroid disorders in pregnancy, the early detection is important and effective management is important to prevent complications for the mother and the child. So the pregnancy has a profound impact on thyroid metabolism, and it is a complex system, and effective treatment and diagnostic material have been in the current practice. It is available. So first I want to, what is thyroid hormone? Thyroid hormone is secreted from a butterfly shaped thyroid gland which has numerous actions. It has almost action on every part of the body, and it is required for survival. And common diseases which occur in a non-pregnant, like hypo and hyperthyroidism, occur in pregnancy. What are the normal changes which occur in pregnancy, in the thyroid hormone changes occurring in pregnancy? One is hormone. Pregnancy, there is an increased secretion of HCG, this human chorionic gonadotropin, by the placenta. So pregnancy is diagnosed by detecting HCG. This HCG has effect on thyroid gland and increases thyroid hormone production in pregnancy. And other thing is increased estrogen hormone in pregnancy, which prolongs the longevity of thyroxine binding globulin, which binds the thyroid hormone in the blood, and so the duration of thyroid hormone is increased. So these two hormonal changes occur in pregnancy. The another is size of the gland changes in pregnancy. Usually there is 10 to 15% increase in the size of thyroid gland. In most pregnant patients it is not visibly seen, but in an iodine deficient patient, the thyroid, it can sometimes cause goiter. It can be visibly seen in the pregnant patients. Next, I want to ask you, what is the interaction between the thyroid hormone, mother and baby? Usually, for the first 10 to 12 weeks, thyroid hormone is not produced by the baby. So, whatever the mother produces crosses the placenta and acts and reaches the baby. So, this first 2-3 months is very essential for the mother to produce adequate thyroid hormone so that it reaches the baby in adequate quantity. So what is the importance of this first trimester, the normal thyroid function for the mother? Thyroid hormone is required for brain development and numerous other organ development in the baby. So any deficiency of thyroid hormone, excess or deficiency, can cause problem in the fetus, developing fetus. And whatever mother's iodine also has to pass through the placenta. So a good thyroid function of the mother is important for the wellness of both mother and baby. Coming to common disorders which affect the thyroid gland in pregnancy. So the first we will discuss about most common disorders, hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism means there is decreased function of thyroid gland. So the blood level of thyroid hormone decreases. So what is the commonest cause of thyroid hypothyroidism in pregnancies? We call it as Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And the prevalence of hypothyroidism in pregnancy is around 2.5%. Sorry, in 2.5%. So it's a big amount. And like around 2.5% means, so there is a large number of patients, pregnant patients with hypothyroid in the community. And as I come, the commonest cause is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. This Hashimoto's thyroiditis is also the most common cause of hypothyroidism in non-pregnant individuals. And what are the symptoms of this hypothyroidism? Like normal symptom, they have in the pregnant woman, they develop myopathy, like it is called muscle pain, and they will have swelling, then they will have increased sleepiness, constipation, and there are other effects which can affect the mother if she has hypothyroidism. They can go for preeclampsia, then they go for other issues. Now coming to what effects this can have in the baby if mother is hypothyroid, because as I discussed earlier, the mother hormone production is important for the baby in the first time. This thyroid hormone is required for neural development and other organ development. Hypothyroidism in the mother can increase the risk in the fetus for congenital abnormalities, neural developmental abnormalities, cardiac abnormalities, etc. And especially in the first trimester, if deficiency is more, the fetus, and like severe hypothyroidism can cause goiter also in the neck swelling in the fetus. And like mother, as I discussed earlier, she can develop preeclampsia, then miscarriage, abortion. Especially abortion is very more common in hypothyroid, untreated hypothyroid mothers. Then how we diagnose hypothyroidism in pregnancy? Like it is symptomatic wise and clinically it is different. Like pregnancy patients commonly have fatigue, weight gain. So many symptoms of hypothyroidism and pregnancy overlap. So that's why we go for the blood test. We measure thyroid hormone free T4 or total T4 and TSH. The values for diagnosing hypothyroidism in non-pregnant women is different from pregnant women. And we also do an additional test called as antithyroid peroxidase to diagnose Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And based on this, we decide whether to treat the patient or not. Like in a hypothyroid patient in pregnancy, the first trimester TSH value should be less than 2.5. In second and third, it should be less than 3. But it is not the case for non-pregnant individuals. So the values and the targets for TSH is different in a pregnant woman. Then how we treat the hypothyroidism in pregnancy? It is we treat by tablet called levothyroxine. So usually it is a single dosage. It should be taken in early morning on an empty stomach. The importance is after taking this tablet at least 1 hour, you should not take any other fluid or solid food intake except water, because other food decreases the absorption of thyroid tablet. And another important thing is, like usually pregnant mothers take calcium and iron, which will decrease the absorption of this thyroid hormone treatment. So at least 2 to 3 hours gap between thyroid tablet and the other all medications should be done. Then many patients ask us, the first thing is, doctor, should I take this tablet? Is it safe? Thyroid hormone? Yes, thyroid hormone is absolutely safe in pregnancy. In fact, if you don't take, it is unsafe. And it has been used over the years and there is no any major effect or minor side effects. And it is very important that you take, if doctor advises you to take the tablet, you should be taking it. And there is no side effect. And many patients ask, what can I take? Like, I will not take this levothyroxine, I will take natural extract. But there is no evidence that natural extract of thyroid has any superiority over the conventional levothyroxine tablet. And in fact, it has not been proven that it has much positive effect. Then coming to hyperthyroidism in pregnancy. This is the second common. Hyperthyroidism means there is increased secretion of thyroid hormone by your thyroid gland. Now, the prevalence of hyperthyroid is 1 in 1,500 pregnancies. So what is the commonest cause for hyperthyroidism in pregnancy is, we call it as Graves' disease, which is also common in non-pregnant women. This is an autoimmune disease which can increase your thyroid hormone production, and this hyperthyroidism has also profound impact on pregnancy, on both mother and the fetus. So what are the other causes? Like there is also a cause called causes which is transient, not like Graves' disease, a long-term disease. Transient thyrotoxicosis in pregnancy, which occurs only in the first trimester, where you will have increased thyroid hormone in the first trimester, then it will automatically settle down once your first trimester ends. And this increased thyroid hormone is also linked to hyperemesis gravidarum, where the patient has excess nausea and vomiting. So how do we diagnose a case of hyperthyroidism in pregnancy? Hyperthyroidism is diagnosed by, again, measuring the thyroid hormones. There will be increased level of your hormone level, thyroid hormone level in your blood, and there will be suppression of TSH. There are other tests which can be used in non-pregnant, like we do a radio, like technetium thyroid uptake scan, which cannot be done in a pregnant individual. So diagnosis of hyperthyroidism is a bit challenging in pregnancy, because other tests are not like the scanning uptake scan is not is contraindicated in pregnancy. Then what are the effects of this hyperthyroidism, like increased thyroid hormone in the for the mother and the kid? For mother, it can cause preeclampsia, it can cause early labor, then it can cause thyroid storm, where it is an emergency. They have palpitations, tremors, sweating, and severe thyrotoxicosis. Then other thing for the fetus, this excess thyroid hormone can cause the placenta, can cause thyrotoxicosis, like increased thyroid hormone can cross the placenta, can cause thyrotoxicosis for the fetus, developing baby. It is also a serious disorder. Then we want to, what are other important thing I want to discuss here is, like, many pregnant patients would have got treated for hyperthyroidism before, long years back. They would have undergone a surgery or would have undergone an ablation of thyroid gland. Now they may have a normal thyroid function, or they may have hypothyroid. But still this history is important, because in Graves' disease in pregnancy, there is like thyroid stimulating immunoglobulin. We call it as TSH receptor antibody, which will be present lifelong. So this previous treatment history is there. This we have to measure this TSH receptor antibody in a previous history also, if there is a previous history of Graves' disease, because this antibody in the mother can cross the placenta and can cause thyrotoxicosis, like hyperthyroidism in the fetus. So we have to keep in mind that. Now next, what are the options available to treat this hyperthyroidism in pregnancy? So we have a class of drugs called antithyroid drugs. Like, there are three common drugs we use for this. One is propylthiouracil, carmimazole, and methimazole. Usually in first trimester of pregnancy, we use propylthiouracil. But all the antithyroid drugs cross the placenta and have some side effects. But the guidelines say that first trimester we have to use propylthiouracil, because it is increased protein bond and placental crossing is less. Second and third trimester we use methimazole or carmimazole. So when to use, like if it is mild, we observe and put some beta blocker. If it is severe, then we treat with antithyroid drugs. The dosage and monitoring is different from non-pregnant individual, so it requires a specialized care, because the target for FT4, the thyroid hormone level target, TSH target, is different for pregnant woman than non-pregnant woman. Next, coming to this natural history of this hyperthyroidism in pregnancy, it differs from non-pregnant. Like usually in pregnancy, this Graves' disease, as I told you, it goes for a remission. They require a decreased dose. But after pregnancy, there is a surge. So there is an increased dose requirement. And like breastfeeding in a case of thyroid patient, after post-delivery, what you do? Levothyroxine is completely, for treatment for hypothyroidism, levothyroxine is completely safe in breastfeeding. And for hyperthyroidism, we use certain drugs, antithyroid drugs. As I told you, PTU, propylthiouracil or carmimazole. It has been found in breastfeeding, but we tell the patient to breastfeed and then give the tablet. And like there are some effects of this thyroid drugs, antithyroid drugs in pregnancy. It can cause congenital anomalies, but when excess dosage is used, so we have to titrate the drug carefully. But levothyroxine has not much side effects. And now coming to the last topic I want to discuss is, it's a common disorder like postpartum thyroiditis. This affects around 20% of pregnant women, especially if you have found that there is an antibody called as thyroid peroxidase antibody in the blood. If it is positive, post-pregnancy, these individuals are prone to develop thyroiditis after delivery, which can be overseen easily. Usually post-delivery, these patients develop symptoms of hyperthyroidism like palpitation, sweating, weight loss, like after 2 to 3 months. They go for a hyperthyroid phase where it can be treated with, but only with the drugs which can control the palpitations, like we call it as a group of drugs, beta blockers. No need for any antithyroid drug. But quite a number of patients after developing this hyperthyroid phase go for hypothyroidism, like their gland is first inflamed, release of the hormone in the blood, then they go, after some time they go for hypothyroidism. During this phase we have to give levothyroxine treatment. Most patients after a few months recover from this condition. And the last thing I just want to advise the patient is, any, like now what is the thing is, like any patient planning for pregnancy, it is better to undergo a screening for thyroid test, because pre-pregnancy treatment of thyroid disorder is much better than diagnosing in pregnancy. And any pregnant patient is advised screening for thyroid disorders in the first trimester. So any patient diagnosed with pregnancy is better to undergo a thyroid test as early as possible. Early they used to say that there are high risk criteria who should undergo, but we suggest that every pregnant patient to undergo thyroid test as early as when diagnosed pregnant. So I hope so that this talk has been useful to you and you have gained knowledge about the common disorders in pregnancy. Thank you.